Welcome to Taekwondo. I'm going to break down every single Bradly Sinden strategy and tactics, so that we can learn how to fight from one of the best players in the world who reached tons of times Olympics and is still active. I'm Taekwondo analysis and my goal is to learn as much as I can from pro players, then I share everything on this channel. So if you want to discover more secrets about other players and you want to improve your Taekwondo, click like, subscribe now, so that you can be notified about my next videos. What I watched in those videos is that Bradly is really good on closer combat, but is not that confident on mid-range. So by playing far from him and avoiding his gap closing strategies, you will have more chance to beat him. If you match him in a real fight, of course. But pay attention, but this does not mean that he's not good on mid or further fight. It just has higher chance to score on clinch. What you have to learn from is that his simple kicks and close the distance are great strategies to score a lot of points, investing few body resources. Then you have just to defend properly and stop the opponent action with your plays. Now let's analyze this fight. Based on some interview of Sinden, he has a theory about Taekwondo style. In his opinion, defensive counter style is effective, but is much harder to play and to win with this style. You must be really good at it or you will fail easily. In this type of style, we have Ulbek Rashidov and Aliun, both defensive and counter players in this way. Sinden is much more aggressive in his playstyle, like we are going to watch. In this first round, there was nothing different from what we watched in the past videos because there are some common patterns. He still has the same mistake and this video is 4 months old, but from gold medal he didn't still remove this mistake. When he is close to win, he doesn't realize that he must play defensive. Again, he missed the proper action. Instead of front leg to stop the opponent, he tried to counter for no reason. So we can say that when you have less points than Sinden, you still have some chance to come back. Instead, Deliun won't let you come back because they would play even more defensive on last tag and even run away. And the way where he wins these fights are really crazy because this is a common pattern in every single sport. People think that they won a match, so they lose some focus, like in this case. The red is able to score 3 points, he thinks that it is even a draw and is going to the next round. He loses the focus, start to watch somewhere. Instead, Bradly scored. So unless the referee stop the action, never lose your focus and play every single second of the match. In this action we are going to learn how to tornado kick in a real fight, because understand the proper moment to score a tornado kick is really hard. I'm not going to lie. Also if the opponent, because this kick is really easy to avoid. Also if you are able to shock your opponent with this kick, in most of cases it's hard to land. But in this case we can easily see a great strategy to score with a tornado kick. So the first thing that we have to do, so we fake a front kick leg, the opponent stop his brain, stop the action because he thinks that he has to defend, and then you can try hard for a tornado. This is one of the ways to score with this kick. So I told you that Bradly Sinden has a lot of clinch style, so he wants to fight in clinch, he wants to score in clinch, but in a modern Taekwondo or better in last fights, referees are a lot more annoying, so they just stop you in the second that you clinch. But in the case where the referee does not really stop you or give you some time when you clinch, Bradly try this close kick, which is a middle kick. Let's watch together. Front leg, right leg. So this is a close stance kick, a clinch kick. First one is a front and the right leg in this case, because the red was covered on the right side. But if you know that a player clinch you a lot to score in a clinch stance, your goal is to stop his action. So you do not want to give him space in clinch, and let's watch together. You have to grab your opponent, like in this case. Also, if it's not fair to grab your opponent, just do not grab, close your hands, hug. So we can see that you have to hug your opponent. Okay, so clinch, push and hug your opponent so that you won't earn an engagement and you will be able to stop the action. The reason why set this new rule where the free stop the clinch action is because the fight become really boring, and in this case it's a boring fight because they just hug together and try to kick from a clinch or maybe just push. So this is not really a Taekwondo fight, it's a nag fight, and it's really not the best thing to watch. Like we are going to watch, we can easily check that the fundamental Sinden strategy is focused mainly in close combat. He close the distance with some kick, he push with his arm and strike in clinch. Of course now it's harder, as I told you a few seconds ago, but because you have less time to fight in clinch. But still is an easy way to score and advise you to learn this strategy. Indeed, this match tell you that simple kick matter a lot in Taekwondo matches. He was able to score 6 points in few seconds just with the Cut Chagi or roundhouse kick, whatever. the most simple kicks in Taekwondo. So as I told you, in this video we are going to check also how to counter this strategy. And to counter this clinch kick of Sinden or any other player, you have to grab or hug the opponent and wait for the break. And as I watch more fights about him, I can clearly see that he's not confident in longer distance. Also, if this does not mean that he's not good, he's good on Taekwondo of course, but he's not confident like on clinch. Now Sinden teaches us a great tactic to speed up our kick and our high kick without giving the opponent time to react. This technique is based on moving forward, like we see. So we have lightly to dash toward our opponent, then we have to sprint, so we have to light step on our single leg, and then we have to fall and sprint with the second step on the opponent. In this way we can fake a side kick, but we are going to aim for the head. And I can confirm that it's really hard to avoid this kick because you focus on defending your body, but then the acceleration is much more great than we think. How to score with an heel kick. This is a weird kick that not every player perform, and is great to use when your opponent is tired, so in the last round, on the first round in this case, but the red loses focus, so when you watch that your opponent is a bit tired, you can score with a heel kick. Overall, if you fake multiple times with your front kick, side kick, whatever. And this is the reason why he was able to score with this kick. So also for Sinden, the strategy to stop a Cut Chagi is even the same. He just lift his leg, his front leg, use his front leg to stop the opponent action. And then he fall back and attack again. So this is a common strategy. He just lift his leg to stop the action and push. In this way the opponent can't use his leg to score. This is one of the fights where the referee annoy a lot Sinden strategy, so he can't really clinch. The referee stop the action a lot of times, so he does not have time to clinch and use his kicks. He had to adapt to new rules, and this is Baku 2023, because of course this is his job. So he changed his strategy from a clinch stance to a mid-distance fight. So now he uses a lot more his front leg and search an opportunity to score with his clinch kick, but he has much less chance to use his kicks. So in his bag now there are much more Cut Chagi, there are much more side Chagi, how do you want to call it. He uses a lot of axe kick and high kick. Also maybe because the opponent is a bit taller in this case, so he is a bit harder to clinch probably, I don't know, but against taller player it's much easier to close the stance. So with this knowledge, I hope that you will be able to read much better his next fights in the Taiwan Grand Prix. Don't forget to subscribe, click like, and we will see you in the next video.